Okay, so let's start our session. And today my name is Gaurav, and today I'll discuss about Azure Active Directory features. So first we will be discussing about those features. So Azure Active Directory is basically a cloud-based directory and helping us in managing the identities. Now here we have a very easy solutions to manage all the identities because we have a very simple dashboard where we can manage all the users groups. We can create, we can assign identities, we can register application, we can manage access to those applications and the various resources. So we are providing features to the users like a self-service, like we have self-service uh, uh, password reset facility in Azure Active Directory. So anybody is having a facility in the organization where if you forgot your password, you can reset yourself instead of going and talking to your IT help desk. So this is important nowadays because the self-service is required. If you remember the earlier days, you forgot your password, then you have to wait till your IT desk is giving you a new temporary password or a link to reset your password. So during this, duration, the productivity is going to be disturbed for a longer period of time because of this password issue. But now, because of this self-service password reset facilities, we are able to manage, we are able to reduce lot of time where we just reset our password and we can start working on things. So, and plus we also have a single sign-on feature which is available once you are authenticated with Azure Active Directory. The applications which are SSO integrated with Azure Active Directory, you are not supposed to authenticate again with those applications. That facility you have with Azure Active Directory. We can have single sign-on integration with these applications, and also if you remember, I have given you one example that even if your applications are SSO integrated, but then let's say this application is confidential in nature because it is having access to database. I can say that a different approach of giving the access. So in that way, I can also integrate certain conditions based on which I will give the access. Now, what all condition I can have? I'll give you one example to understand this. Every day I am using a device, okay, which is having a Windows OS. I am authenticating and I am getting access to this particular application. But today I am trying to access this application with my Android phone. Now it is a question that is this access is allowed or not? Okay. So here, if I so this particular decision we have to take care if we want to restrict the access from any other operating system other than Windows, we can do that. So this particular device is having seamless experience of connecting with this application if used from this device. So if not used from this device, I can take the action that I want to give access with. So go from MFA or change your password, then access it. So I can manage the access based on certain conditions. That facility is also available with Azure Active Directory. If you see this point, which is mentioned in the slide, in in the uh, third of third option that integrates with Windows Server Active Directory. So we can integrate with Windows Server Active Directory. So the Active Directory which is used at on-premise, now we can integrate this on-premise as well as with Azure Active Directory. As I told you that we can synchronize with the help of a very simple connection. So this is a simple connection we have, and this simple connection can be established with the help of AD Connect and cloudcomputing. So we have two services which are available primarily for creating a bridge for synchronizing the identities from on-premise to Azure Active Directory. This synchronization and authentication of the identities which are coming from on-premise to Azure Active Directory. Why we need this? I hope that you all have that understanding at on-premise. We have certain users. Now this organization wants to migrate to Azure Active Directory. To, okay, so but also wants to keep a hybrid structure where they have on-prem setup, plus they want to utilize the power of cloud and the SaaS applications. So they want their users to be logging in on-premise and logging in at Azure Active Directory with the same credentials. Because again, managing different credentials for different access to different resources will be a difficult challenge for the users. Because for all these thousands of applications are there, and if we have to remember the credentials for all the application, it is going to be very difficult. So because of that reason, we want to keep same credentials for users, uh, for our on-premise users and Azure Active Directory. So for that we have a way for the authentication, because on-premise authentication methods are different. Azure AD authentication methods are different. At on-premise, maybe you are using some third-party authentication, some different MFA or biometric or smart cards, which is not possible with Azure AD. So if I have user registered at Azure Active Directory and I have certain applications which are at on-premise and which I can't migrate because these are legacy or some technical issues are there, or they are confidential application. So will my user be able to access these applications which are at on-premise? That also we will discuss, because we have a feature in Azure AD that is application proxy. So with this feature we can give access to the cloud users also to have access to on-prem application as well. We have a setup proxy and a connector. With the help of this particular service we can give access to that on-premise application as well. So, we also have certain Azure AD editions as well. We have free editions, we have P1 P2 licenses, and as we know that Azure AD is coming as free as well. If you have checked on Azure portal, then you can check it. So first time if you are logging to your Azure portal, then you can see that edition is free. So where we have certain things which are coming as a free, we can go with premium P1 and P2 licenses also. So this license will give you a lot of other features, advanced features which are not available in free edition.